Well, today I am in Brownsville, Texas, in Cameron County, and I am at the old historical Brownsville City Cemetery. And this particular cemetery is one of the cemeteries that I would say, I'm pretty sure if I say has the most Civil War veterans that are laid to rest in it. It has to be this one, the old Brownsville City Cemetery. So let's go in and check out, see how many Civil War vets we can find laying in their final resting place here. All right. Well, okay, the first one we come upon is Adrian Vidal. Adrian Vidal was the company commander for the Independent Partisan Rangers Texas Cavalry, and he is laid to rest here. He has a private headstone. Let me go around the gate here. He has an interesting story, but it's kind of long, but there's a chapter on him in Professor Thompson's book, Vaqueros in Blue and Gray. Long story short, he served in the Confederate Army, served in the Union Army, served in the army of Juan Cortina during Mexico's war with the French, and at the end he was executed by the French. Adrian Vidal, Union Civil War vet, here in the old Brownsville City Cemetery. Let's go to the next vet. Okay, here we have George M. Dennett, from New York, a lieutenant colonel. He was with the 9th Regiment U.S. Colored Troops, Civil War, Union of course. Born 1819, September 28th of 1819, and passed away December 31st of 1867. All right, let's go to the next veteran. All right. Okay, here's our next veteran. He's a Confederate Civil War veteran, Alexander B. Hill. Served in Company E, 3rd Arkansas Infantry, Confederate States Army. Born February 19th, 1825, passed away October 10th of 1912. Mr. Alexander B. Hill. All right, let's move on out. Okay, we have Mr. Emmett Goodrich from Wisconsin. He is a sergeant in Company A, 4th Regiment, Wisconsin Cavalry, Union Civil War vet during the Civil War. Born September 5th, 1845. Passed away February 23rd of 1914. All right, let's go to the next veteran. All right. Okay, here we have Lieutenant Colonel George G. Davis. He was with the 4th Maine Infantry. Born August 31st of 1840 and passed away July 26th of 1882. George G. Davis. All right, folks, let's move on to the next vet. Our next veteran is Joseph James Cox from Virginia, 4th Corporal in the 1st Regiment Virginia Artillery, Confederate States Army. Born December 13 of 1841, passed away October 17th of 1926. Mr. Joseph James Cox. All right, here we go with the next vet. All right, folks, this is William Neal from Texas. Served as a 2nd Lieutenant in Luckett's Infantry Regiment, Confederate States Army. Born June 19 of 1807 and passed away April the 6th of 1896. Mr. William Neal. Let's move on to our next veteran. Okay, folks, our next veteran is Frank A.W. Krieger. He has a private headstone here. He was born July 14th of 1835 and passed away May 31st of 1912. He was a first lieutenant. He was a Confederate Civil War veteran, and he served in Company I, 35th Texas Cavalry, Browns Regiment. Mr. Frank A.W. Krieger. There we go. Confederate States Army veteran. All right, let's go to our next vet. All right, our next veteran is Charles Kramer of Company D, 5th U.S. Infantry. I would imagine he was a Civil War veteran. I can't really tell because the headstones have been there for so long. It's actually was covered up pretty much, and I think they buried it a little bit too deep. But I'm assuming he's a Union Civil War vet. Charles Kramer. All right, move to our next vet. This is the final resting place of Dr. Charles B. Combe. He was born 1868, died in 1920. He has a private headstone marker, and right beside his private marker was actually a military headstone, and apparently it got ripped off. It got stolen. Charles B. Combe was a doctor. He served in the Confederate Army. He was the assistant surgeon in the District of Texas. All right. And unfortunately, his military headstone got ripped off by some hoodlums. And but he is remembered as a Civil War veteran and fought for the Confederate side. And he was an assistant surgeon for the District of Texas. Charles B. Combe. Okay, let's move to the next vet. Next we have Frederick Sanborn. Served in Company D, 12th Maine Infantry. Born 1844 and passed away on May the 6th of 1930. Frederick Sanborn. All right, folks, moving right along. Okay, next we have First Lieutenant William Kelly of the 8th Regiment United States Colored Troops. And he is a Civil War Union veteran, born April 2nd of 1840 and passed away January 28th of 1921. William Kelly, First Lieutenant, Union Civil War vet. All right, here we got two Confederate Civil War veterans. The one on the left is Martin Trevino, served in the Texas Partisan Mounted Volunteers, Confederate States Army, and he was born November the 15th, 1835, passed away November 20th of 1920. Beside him is David Garza, Confederate veteran, served in Company D, 17th Texas Infantry, Confederate States Army, born June 20th, 1843, passed away June 22nd of 1928. Both of these gentlemen served in the Confederate States Army. All right, let's move on to our next veteran. Okay, so I have recorded the western side of the old historical Brownsville City Cemetery, and I just finished up with the eastern side, and I would say that would be the end of part one. I will come back tomorrow and I will record the eastern side. Like I said, I just recorded the western side of the cemetery from south to north, and located all kinds of Civil War veterans. By the way, this cemetery is full of veterans from the oldest marker that I saw on the west side is of the Mexican War, Mr. Hoon. So I'll come back tomorrow and continue on recording the final resting places of Civil War vets on the eastern side of the old Brownsville City Cemetery. Okay, that's it for now.